Hi guys, welcome back to the TLS Pedagogy. This is Abdul Ghafoor and you're watching YouTube channel. So as I said, I'll be designing a unit plan in social studies specialization. So in previous lessons, we discussed the integration, cross-discipline. Even these lessons are attached and linked in the description if you are new to this channel. If you want to join the classes for social studies, one-to-one sessions, my contact number and email has been given. You can contact me and discuss further about the details. So let's discuss how to design constructive lesson plan. What are the uh, principles that we have to follow? What is the structure of the lesson plan? What examiner is actually looking and how you will be evaluated in designing this essay writing question. As you have noticed that I have used many words: unit plan, constructive response, and essay writing question. So first we need to understand what exactly the examiners wants from us. Because we think only about the constructive response. Lesson plan. We have to design lesson plan. Is it the same lesson plan that you are designing in the school? Is it the examiners looking for the format? What exactly we need to do? This is a main question. I think all of you have a same question. So this video is going to be longer, and I'll recommend you that watch this video and listen this video carefully. This will help you a lot. But make sure before designing the unit plan or lesson plan, you have watched my previous last two videos, integration and cross disciplines, right? Let's start. Let's understand what the examiners want to say. I will also be sharing you the format, right? So we'll discuss the kind of the format, that how it look like. So as an they said the essay question tests the candidate's ability to integrate the social science subdomains. That means first they said that essay question, that's a descriptive. It's not a format base. First, subdomain, as I have already explained, these are the subdomains of the social studies. Number one, teacher examiner want to see that whether you are able to integrate and cross-disciplined social studies with subdisciplines or subdomains and other subjects. First point. This is the main thing, integration. Demonstrate the knowledge of the facts, concept, principle, and perspective. When we are designing the curriculum or a lesson plan, we have to teach, we have to apply two methods. One is the top to bottom approach. Another one is the for implementation lesson from bottom to top approach. Now, they said they have given these, four concepts and perspectives. Now, these perspectives are actually theories. Which theories? Theories which has been given in the history. Big Bang theory, about that because that's a subdomain as well as geography. So many theories we have regarding, the planets, solars, distance of, like these theories we have, we have to integrate. They said integrate the content concept in multiple social studies disciplines. Just we said it. Link social studies content and concept with other disciplines, cross discipline, just like a math, science, and that English. Provide evidence and support claiming using appropriate resources when you are designing the lesson plan. That what teaching aids do you need it to teach that lesson plan? Okay. Second thing, primary source. What primary source you need it? Number two, what secondary sources you need it? You have to mention in your lesson plan. First, we need to what we need it, and then we are going to design it. Okay, we write it. Relate the knowledge of the past people, events, and civilizations, present and future. So when you are writing a lesson plan, make sure you are connecting with what was in past, currently, and how the future will be. Because this is what exactly the social studies. How to prepare argument and explanations to arrive conclusion. There should be a conclusion of your lesson plan. What common thing we do, that we conduct exit ticket, right? Or any kind of the thing. Okay. Then critical the conclusion. You have to criticize on it. There should be critical, right? Critical, that you have to about that what have been done in both perspective, strength as well as in the weak points. So this is the first thing that what we needed for the lesson plan. Now, second part, they said facts, concepts, and all these things, principles. When designing curriculum is a pyramid, this is a pyramid. So in pyramid, first we have the generalization. Then we have a concepts. And after that, we have a facts. In the guide, it said that we have to go for the principles. These are the principles. Okay, we can get. Then concepts. Okay, then perspectives, and then facts. Now, generalizations are actually your subject standards. If you are teaching the UAE social studies, so it's on the website. If you are teaching Common Core, you can find out, that the state standards of the California. And who designed that? Designs by the state. After that, we have to select the concept based on the standards, that what concept or topics we are going to teach, because we cannot teach the whole book. And finally, we have to teach, take the objectives from these topics. Okay. Examiner want to see that a teacher has a knowledge that how, that to streamline the course, standards, topics, and facts and objectives. So when you are writing a lesson plan, that first thing on the top, your standard should be clear. If you don't know the standard, a broader statement should you have to write it when you are choosing the topic or subdiscipline, just like a history, civics, and all. Let's see how. This is the second stage. If you have a question related, and I suggest you, please don't hesitate to ask questions if any part is related, that. Now, this is from bottom to top approach. Facts are the objects, topics, concepts, and generalization. So when we are teaching, we start from here. But when we are designing the curriculum, we start from here. So this will be to bottom to top teaching, and designing curriculum will be top to bottom. So don't worry, I wrote it as a down. Of course, it's not a top, it's a bottom, but I mean it that I have already explained it, right? So generalization will be over here on top and fact will be the down. This is we call a top to bottom. So standards are top approaches, and we narrowed down this, this approach towards the objectives. Next, like this one, generalization, concept, perspectives, and facts. Okay, these are the correct order of the designing the content knowledge. Second, you are required to demonstrate their ability to formulate a guided inquiry in the context of the lesson plan. In the context of the lesson plan, not format as it is, the one you are designing. To do this, you will answer a series of questions describing how to set up a unit that states, it starts with giving students inquiry question. Number one, first means at the beginning of the lesson, first standard, then topic, then you have to give it, with the topic, that the inquiry based question. Student through process discovery by data analysis, draw an appropriate conclusion. Second, the question should guide students through a process that relates with the past, present, moment, concept, positive, negative, and all these concepts, as well as the future. In this unit, you must incorporate at least two other subdisciplines. If you are designing the history, incorporate with the geography and economics, two subdisciplines. Assure that the students understand dynamic process, the changes throughout, when you are teaching, whatever the topic it is here. Example, list of a people, events, and movements. First, WW, World War I and its effects on a modern geography. You are going to answer it. Emperor Qin dynasty of China and the Great Wall. Civil rights movements around the world. Fourth Industrial Revolution. Now, these are the topics or questions that you have to answer it when you are designing. As I said, most important this information. You are not being assessed the pedagogy of a lesson plan, note it down. They are not looking your format. They are looking, you are being assessed on knowledge. That means you are able to answer these questions. Understanding the interconnective social, you are able to integration. You are able to express the ideas, innovative ideas, skills related, how to use sources, primary source, secondary source, while you are implementing. So your lesson should be a reflection, your reflection as a history teacher, as a social studies teacher, with enrichment of use resources, answering the knowledge-based questions with the high order thinking of the cognitive abilities, understand most appropriate ways to critique the student's work. And what the students will be doing, you have to tell that the student has done it, and you will be also analyzing, okay, that point. I hope now you have a clear picture of it, right? That what you are going to do. Even though in this part, if you have a question, please. Second point, a last point, complete the task on the following checklist. State the subdiscipline of social. This is the 7 steps you have to complete it. Now, this is your format, or this is your kind of the design. Or first, state the subdiscipline of social science around you will frame your question. Number 1, history, civics. This is your subdiscipline. Then you have to go for the grade level of the students. and what the students would have learned prior to the unit that prepares them for the unit you are developing. Prior knowledge and current you are going to do. State at least two other subdisciplines that you will incorporate. When you wrote a question over here, please correlate with that one. Which two special disciplines you are choosing? Economics, geography, moral education, civics, any. Integrate dynamic process that affect human. State the question that you will pose to the students, guide them, understand person, event, okay. Explain to them. It's about event, people, person, or something happen in a history theory. The consequence of effect, then explain the consequence. Wait for it. For sure, I'll give you all these answers with one question with the World War I and all these things. And I'll be letting you know how we can create another one. Describe the content about person, event, concept, and that should learn by the students by. List three important pieces of the information, at least three important pieces of information. That means about the topic you have opened. List two important causes and consequences, causes and effects, what resources you will be using, primary and secondary, to teach this topic. Describe the type of a project. That means assign an activity, project and all. So you have to do these seven things, okay, in a sequence. Make sure format is not matter. Your information matters you. How it can be? Number one, they said constructive response, okay, subdiscipline. So subdiscipline of the social science, main discipline, this is about the history. The one which is given, I'm going to design accordingly. This unit will center around a significant global events, World War I, focusing how, this is a question, inquiry based, how to reshape the modern world, particularly modern geography and international relations. This is my first part of the lesson. Grade level. This lesson will be taught in grade 9. At the beginning of the unit, students would have study prior knowledge. Now I'm checking two things, grade 9 and prior knowledge. The cause and effect of the European imperialism, basic geography skills such as the reading political maps, introductory concept in civics and the role of the nation state. These prior topics prepare the students to understand how historical events worldwide influenced political boundaries, governance, and the 20th, 21st century, past, present, future. This is what exactly is written in the, examiner said, okay. So we have a completed two steps now. Examiner 7 steps we have tried it, okay. Let's see. Number 3, they said integrate with the other social disciplines, I have chosen geography and civics. In geography, my main theme is topic is the history. To explore how World War redrew international borders and influenced the regional conflicts. It's reflecting the geography, right? Another subdiscipline is the civics. To understand the evolution of the governance. Governance civics is what? Rules, right? Diplomacy, national identity of the people. This is my second, Third part is integration, and I haven't. You can integrate it with any subject. Economics, moral education, okay? So in this context, these disciplines together illustrates the dynamic process, political, cultural, and spatial transformation. You can write a statement in it that why you are integrating and how this integration will impact on it. Number 4, they said guided inquiry question. This is my guided inquiry question. My topic is the history about the World War. How did the World War I shape the modern political map, influence the rise, fall of the nation, and what lessons can we apply from the current global conflicts and alliances? Past, present, future. Now, this question encouraged students to critically connect past event, present, political structure, and future consequence. Write it this one. You don't have to write this one. But if you want to write, explain that what the questions will be doing, you can go for. Step number 5, content knowledge. As they said that the teacher must have the content knowledge. So in content knowledge, we have to relate 3 core concepts. Now, core concepts of what? The war began in 1949, an association that is the causes. It led the collapse of empires and the Treaty of Versailles. This will help to examine that you know more about, the content, about history. If it's a topic about e-commerce or about any other disciplines, you have to give a 3 major, the key facts about that. 2 effects, or consequences. Redefinition of the national boundaries, right? They designed the reboundary after the World War, okay? The foundation of the future conflict, including World War II ongoing. That's also a fact, because League of the Nation failure. This is the 5th step. 6th one, source and justification. As I said, the primary source and secondary. Primary source will be the political map showing Europe and the Middle East before and after World War. Primary source is a Treaty of Versailles. You can find out in the Google, you can get it. Article and all these things, you will be getting the secondary source. So sources and justification to justify your topic, your objectives, the question. This is the second last step. Number 7 and last, students project, assigned project, right? Students will work in a group to create a comparative multimedia presentation. You can give it any model of that one, conflict, civil wars model, or a destruction, NCT, that. From the trenches of today, World War impact on modern borders and conflict. Each group describe how that this is going to be done. Each group will map pre and post World War border, compare in the past the borders, and then the present border. Highlight the modern conflict alliances acceptable outcomes like a sky boycott agreements and modern Middle East tensions. Okay. Suggest policy and the recommendations or peace building strategies based on the historical lesson. Recommended that how they can resolve this conflict. So this justification that's a critical thinking we are applying, collaboration we are applying, synthesis we are creating something, and other multiple disciplines are integrated. So this is actually the constructive response that you have designed it. Okay. If you want to see on the Word format, how actually it look like in the Word format, you have to bear with me that I can, share the constructive response of World War I. You can design for the civics, you can design for economics, you can design for the geography, or you can design for any subjects, or follow the instruction what examiners has given to you. This is your constructive response. I have routed the subdisciplines is a history. The focus will be on the global implication and historical consequence of the war. War 1. Grade level, as I said, 9, and content knowledge. As I said, other social disciplines I have integrated with the geography and civics. They said guided inquiry. The question you can see here, I have wrote the guided inquiry. Let me zoom in. Content knowledge, number 5. You have to create some key facts about your topic. You have to tell 2 effects and consequences that's already mentioned. Let us know what primary and secondary sources you will be using. So primary source, and that's a secondary source. And then finally assign a project or activity to close your lesson. and must tell that why it will happen, what will happen after this activity, a comprehensive approach and the structure of the approach, the conduction of the activity. So this is actually the constructive response. I hope this, the information is going to help you in upcoming lessons. So if you want to join my classes for the whole course or any question, discussion about anything, feel free. We'll be meeting in the next lesson. Till that, stay blessed. Take care.